Hey guys, what's going on? I see you all in the chat over here. Elite members, welcome. Listen, this is a crazy month. I know that some of you are in KBB with us. Some of you went through the Build Your Brand, or most all of you went through the Build Your Brand Challenge. We have the Power to Pivot one-day immersion happening tomorrow. You might be in the Facebook groups. You might be a part of our Accelerator Club or our Mastery Club. I promise it's not always going to be this crazy, but how awesome. In a time when we need new capabilities, when a time we need confidence, we need guidance, we need leadership, we want to become role models, we need to become role models. What a great time in life to have access to all this knowledge. Now, what I want to tell you though is you don't have to take all of it, right? Today, I'm so excited to join you. I want to give it up for Dave Espino and all the incredible training he's doing, and he'll be back with more technical stuff. He's going to be here with you for weeks still, making sure we take you from where you are to where you want to go. And if you're a part of KBB or not, if you're in part of Mastermind, we're just stacking this on top of each other. But the reason I want to take a moment here and why I'm really excited to jump on here today and hopefully surprise you guys, I wanted to fit this in to be here with you. You had faith in us. We want to give it back to you. Is I want you to think, take what serves you and put the rest on hold. That makes sense? If you got a training from me today, if you're a part of Accelerator Club or Mastery, or you're just in KBB and you're there on Mondays, you're going to be a part of the Power to Pivot Challenge, or not challenge, but one-day immersive training that's happening tomorrow. Know that we don't get rare chances like this in life to have so much capability come to us from people who've already been there, right? If we want to do something, hey, everybody, I see all the hellos coming in. Hello back. If we want to change our lives, we need to learn from people who've already been there. And that's what you're getting. You're not getting knowledge from people that are thinking about it or dreaming about it or hope. And that's all. We all need hope and dreams. But you're getting to learn from those who've been there and done what you want to do. So deep breath, everybody. Deep breath. Rome wasn't built in a day. Kaizen is how do you change life? How do you run a 1,000-mile race? One step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you successfully join or scale in this incredible knowledge industry where we get to impact people, share from our heart, share our story, our skill, our expertise, or how our mess turned into a message that can bridge the gap for other people? How do we do that? Just one piece at a time. Listen, the worst thing that could happen is that we fall back into old habits. We have one foot out the door. We dabble. We don't commit. We just hope that this will happen because we're a part of it, right? That's the worst thing that could happen, because then you look back in a few years and you realize you missed out. And this is a wave. The self-education industry is a wave right now, and you're in front of it. And you're a part of communities that are the best on the planet teaching you. A part of Mastermind.com launch. Oh my God, we are working on that obsessively right now. You think it's good now? Almost 2,000 sales have happened already. You think it's good now? We are obsessing, but we don't want you to rely just on that. We want you to be in the game, doing your own marketing, driving people there, building communities, become a leader, build a leader in your niche. Build your own tribe, build your own following. And none of us started out as being experts. None of us started out in the knowledge industry. I drove a tow truck. I fixed cars. I painted cars. I changed brakes. I changed tires and was greasy every day of my life and dirty and headaches from painting. Who in the world would have thought that I'd be here with you amazing people today, sharing knowledge for a living? Helping people go faster while simultaneously I get to create success and freedom for my family. We never know where we're going to end up. We just know that that past experience gave you knowledge. And in today's world, knowledge is the new currency. And what are we doing? Really, like when we boil it down, I'm going to give you a cool training today, but what are we doing? We're really We're unlocking that currency, that knowledge that lives inside of us. Mike, I lost the chat. I'd love seeing it if I could get that back. You know we're live, right, when we do that. But I love seeing, I see the messages come in. If you see me peek over once in a while, I want to make sure you're here. Let me just know it. My buddy Brendan Bouchard says that all the time. If you're here, let me hear it. So I'm here, I'm in, I'm all in, because this is how we do it. We take uncomfortable action together, right? You know you got to do the work. You know that we have to take a step back, and if you're already in this industry, how do you fine-tune it to go faster? If you're not in it, how do you extract what you know and elegantly get it out to the world? You know you got to do the work. There's no such thing as a free day. There's no free lunch. You're not going to hit a few buttons and get rich. But wow, you have the opportunity to work with us in so many ways. You have the access to a platform that allows you to get your message out there, allows you to drive people to it. Like none of those things existed when I started, when Tony Robbins started, and now they're here. And today I figured I see all the I'm here's coming in. Thanks, guys. What I figured I'd do today is share two of the top things that I saw so many questions come in on. One is teaching what's in here, sharing, teaching, whatever you want to call it, with confidence. And so I'm not doing this I'm going to do two topics. And the second is pricing. How do you price it? How do you know if you're delivering the value? So you guys good for that? You want to learn how to teach it with confidence and price it? That's what we're going to do today. So if you're ready, let me see it. But first, before we get there, again, all of you, you know what? Do me a favor. There's a box on my desk. Would you go grab that for me? In the other room, I want to share something here. Or is it over here? No, I think it's in my desk. You can tell how prepared I am. It's coming. All right. I want to show you guys something. But first, I want to let you know is because you're an elite member, I'm so freaking stoked. Because you're an elite member, you already have a ticket to the World Summit. Oh my God, the World Summit is going to be off the charts. So please write this down in the chat. It is October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Like, this isn't one of the days, this isn't one of those things where you, thanks, Mike, appreciate it. This isn't one of those things that you say, maybe I'll attend. This isn't, listen, the Build Your Brand Challenge, I think it was amazing. I think we delivered so much value in advance. We're going to talk about that with you today, how you can model that. I see all the I'm here's, what's up, everybody? The Build Your Brand Challenge was off the charts. What we're doing tomorrow with the power to pivot, it's going to be off the charts. But it's nothing like what we have planned for the World Summit. I'm not selling you this ticket. You already have it. And when you're done, though, I need you to confirm that you're coming. Not now. When we're all done today, click the link below. If you're on YouTube and don't see a link, make sure you write this down, events@mastermind.com. If someone could write that in the chat, events@mastermind.com. Thank you for writing the date. You guys are so awesome. But this World Summit, I take a minute and share something with you because this is all relevant. Over a year ago, Tony and I decided to do the World Summit. And we said we want to build something unlike anything has ever experienced in their life. If people are considering going into the knowledge industry, in it, but not going as fast as they need to, or they're an influencer and don't know how to impact lives, or they just want to scale, we wanted to build the quintessential event, the event of the year that will be the event that everybody goes to, right? That was a year ago. And then we said, we want to bring in the people that are on fire, that started with nothing, that they weren't born, right? My buddy Brendan Bouchard says, energy is like a power plant. And a power plant doesn't have energy, it creates energy, right? It's the same thing. We get to create being knowledge brokers, create being in the knowledge industry. Nobody's born. I wasn't born. Tony wasn't born. Russell wasn't born. All these other people weren't born as not in the knowledge industry. We were crafted. We decided to be in it, and we created that internally. Like I said, I drove tow trucks, I fixed cars, I fixed houses. Who knew I'd be here? So your journey, your past was just all the navigation you needed to have the absolute knowledge that is currency able to share the world. So long story short, Tony and I not only wanted to create the best event ever. If you've ever been to UPW or Date with Destiny, you know Tony doesn't mess around. If you've ever been to my Edge events, like this is our lives, but we wanted to take it to a whole nother level. And then all of a sudden, what happens 6 months ago? The world completely shifts. Nothing's the same. And that's when we decided, like, we got to go all in on this. The world needs this now more than ever. And not only did we spend, Tony especially, millions of dollars to create this incredible arena. If you saw UPW, if you were at UPW, you saw the previews, it's ridiculous. We could see 3,000 of you at once. The highest technology on the planet, crystal clear, where we can talk and pick people out and see your names and see, like, you know, I could see hundreds in my little studio there, where we would see thousands of you. But then we said, how do we go even deeper? How do we get more vulnerable? How do we go even, like, to people's core of what they need? And that's why we have our speakers are going to share things they've never shared before. They weren't in the knowledge industry, and their transition put them there. But how can they train you? And we have 3 days specified for, like, day 1 is how to have the confidence and launch, and day 2 how to get the scaling and momentum, and day 3 make it real and bring it to the moon so it's not something you miss out on. Truly, I'm sharing this. I'm sharing it with you like I'm selling it to you. There's nothing to sell here. I have nothing for you to buy. I just am so excited that you have a ticket, and I'm just telling you, don't just come. Come and play full out. This is unlike anything you've ever experienced. This isn't a Zoom call. This isn't a webcast. This is a 3-day all-immersive event, and you're going to have to go through a registration process. When you register, meaning someone will walk you through and tell you how to use the Zoom and go into your breakout groups, and they'll walk you through, and they'll give you like a virtual laminate badge of what room you're in, because you guys have the VIP tickets. You don't even have regular access. You have the $700 ticket. Like, legit, you have a $700 ticket. And again, what I need you to do is, before you're done today, click the link below, or if you're on YouTube, go to events@mastermind.com, because we have something you guys don't realize. We're sending you a special box of goodies, like literally sending you this box in the mail, and it's got to go out tomorrow or the next day to get it to you on time. And it's not cheap. I'm just being honest. And we need to know you're going to be there, and we want to send you that box. So below, I don't even know what it says, like, yes, I'm going, or confirm. You'll see a link below, and would love for you to click on that. And when it does, it's tracking your email, and it'll automatically trigger that, you're coming. So most of you confirmed yesterday when we sent out that email. Did you see the email where I had this box with your name on it? If you didn't see that email, you should check it out. You should rob that. There's some cool technology that allows us to do it. All right, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you, because this, listen, again, I'm not selling. You already have the VIP ticket. I just would hate for you to miss out. I'd hate for you to say, oh, I'm busy next time. There's no replay. It's like a real in-person event. It's live. If you miss it, you miss it. You got to set the time in your calendar. You got to set the date. If you guys are in, if you're coming, give me a thumbs up. Tell me I'm here, that you're here or you're going, because we spent millions of dollars to put this on. We're sending you these boxes, and Tony and I are going to knock your socks off. You're ready to pivot. You're ready to be a part of the digital economy. You be ready for that. So excited. Tomorrow, as a warm-up, if you haven't already, make sure you register at ptpworkshop.com. That's tomorrow is our one-day little mini immersive event, 5 hours long with some great people. It's going to be incredible, and that's free. So I don't have anything to sell you today, nothing at all. Just want to bring you great value, say thank you for having faith in us. Like, listen, you went through the Build Your Brand workshop. We delivered value in advance. You raised your hand. Not only are you a part of mastermind.com, you got all the extra bonuses. You spent $1,000 with us. We're here. We want to show you that we want to deliver and take away whatever's, take away the complexity, the fear, and replace that with capabilities and confidence. So that's why we're here. Now, are you ready to get to some teaching? You ready to get to some teaching? I clicked the link, but it didn't fill in my address. Okay, just so you know, I want to tell everybody that. You click on the link, you don't have to do anything. Technology is amazing nowadays. My team figured out how to track you through your email. They just explained this to me today. They're tracking you through your email. So when you click, it literally has a tag or a trigger that they go, oh, so-and-so, Paula, clicked on it, she's in. And then you automatically go in the bucket, so we know to mail you this. You want this box? You're going to show up and play full out? You got a promise? All you got to do is click that link below. I guess you could do it now because it doesn't take you off the page. See, technology kind of freaks me out too. So click the button. Sound like I'm selling you something. Click the button so I can give you your $700 ticket and send you a box full of really great stuff. Okay? All right. Whew. Here we go. Again, if you're at YouTube, like 2% of people end up on the YouTube page for some reason. Just email events@mastermind.com, and our team will confirm, and we'll get your box in the mail. I mean, literally, they packed them all weekend. They're going out. This one's empty. It's just a box, and the box might not look exactly like that, but I know they got killer ones. Okay, you ready? training. Let's go to teaching. Now, I want you to know something. If you're brand new and what I teach seems a little over your head, know that you're going to be there. Take notes like crazy. If I'm sharing something you've already done, know that I've been doing this for more than 2 decades. I got this dialed so you can fine-tune what you've already done, right? And again, if you have some technical stuff, our team is finally caught up. It was overwhelming after BYB. Our team is caught up. They're on fire, here to help you. Dave Espino will be back. He's going to do a training Friday in the Facebook group, but for you guys specifically, another deep dive training next Wednesday. So all those things are coming. Okay. So how do you teach with confidence? Now, here's what I want you to think about. When it comes to teaching, I think we overthink curriculum-based thinking that we were all brought up on. We think of our, the books that they gave us in school. Then we think of chalkboards and whiteboards. Shows how old I am, chalkboards, right? Sometimes that's the only thing that changed in schools. They used to have a chalkboard, now they have a whiteboard, but everything else pretty much the same for the last 100 years, right? But when we think about teaching, sometimes, I know for me it was, because I was a terrible student. I didn't go to college. I wasn't a good high school student. I wasn't a good student through any of it. So how do you become a good teacher? And it's really breaking down frameworks. You have knowledge inside of you that other people want. There's not even a doubt in my mind. It's there, and sometimes you might doubt it. Sometimes you might feel like an imposter, but that knowledge is there. So what is your job to do? It's to extract it, right? If you're a part of my KBB family, you already get this, right? For those of you that aren't, it's okay. That's why I want to share this with you today. But I want to give you this little guide that I think can really help you. And it's called Struggle, Search, Solution. You guys want to write that down? Struggle, Search, Solution. And what does that mean? On your journey, in your job, your career, what you currently do for a living, a divorce, being a parent, curing asthma, fly fishing, anything you could possibly imagine that's your topic. Life coach, helping women with Lyme's disease. I mean, literally, I've seen niches that tiny, right? I mean, helping with autoimmune diseases, all those types of things. I want you to think about struggle, search, solution. Because we all struggled at something. That's usually what gets us to move. And then we searched for an answer. And then we found the solution, and we got some results. So what does that mean? Okay, so I know I talk about this a lot depending on what channel you're at, and I'm brain dead right now. Mike, you can ask my wife the amazing woman's name that built that course on eczema. But here's a mom that had a boy with eczema, right? That's a struggle. My son does, so I'll share that in a moment. But she had the struggle of having a son, and it is terrible. It is the worst thing. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not a good thing. Watch it. My son has eczema all over and all night. He's itching his face. We have to put gloves on him at 6 months old, and he's rubbing his legs together, and we're giving him his probiotics, and we're doing all the things, going to doctors and doing it naturally and all that. But let's not talk about my family. Let's talk about this amazing woman whose son had eczema. Went to doctors, had 40 different opinions. I get what that's like. This is a struggle, right? Then all of a sudden the doctor gives her steroids, and you put steroids on, but it makes her skin thin, and it has other side effects, right? And it's only curing the outside. It's not healing the gut, right? So that was the struggle. She searched. She wanted a different way. She didn't want to put steroids on. So what was her search? Reading books, going to naturopaths, calling other moms and parents. She searched lots and lots of ways to find the solution for her son. I seriously could get emotional because I know how hard my poor boy, I stare at him sometimes when he's screaming, trying to scratch his face. It is a struggle. But then she searched, and she found a combination of healing the gut with probiotics and certain diet for the mom if she's breastfeeding, and all these different things during her search. And it led to the solution, and she naturally healed her son of eczema. Now, why did I tell that story? Because she's a fellow mastermind.com mom, person, human, just like you guys, and she filmed a course on it in her kitchen. And my wife bought that course. And her struggle and her search and her solution led to my wife getting an unfair advantage to go faster, to know what probiotics, what shift in her diet. Not because she's a doctor, not because she went to college for it, because she experienced it. She had a struggle. She had to search for it. And then she found a solution. You had a struggle in your life. You searched how to fix it, and you found a solution. We have a gentleman who helps teach managers how to be better managers. The struggle was, I'm in management. It's not going so good. I want to search for a way to be a better manager. All of a sudden, he became an amazing manager. Started managing his church and managing the people underneath him really elegantly. Managed his church for years. The solution was he loved his job, loved management, and found solutions to do it elegantly. Now he's got a course and a training on teaching people how to be better managers. Jamie Falahi. Jamie, thank you for building that course on eczema. Seriously, thank you. But back to his manager, right? Now he's got a course where he's teaching people how to be better managers, how to solve problems easier, and how to do it effectively, efficiently, and do it and enjoy your job. He had a struggle. He didn't like what he was doing. Search for a better way. He became one badass manager, and that's what he does. I could go through every single story, every other person that's on mastermind.com, and I could tell you, even if it's in their job or their skill or the mess that became the message, they went through the 3 S's. So I'd love for you to think about that as you lay out your course, as you lay out your marketing so you can attract people. They want to hear about your struggle. They want to hear what you search for. And then you came up with a solution, and now they don't have to do it. You're condensing, like Tony says, decades into days. Could be a year into a week. You're condensing it so you could save them time and allow them to go faster. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, how do you tell that story now that you had the struggle, the search, and the solution? And I think I got that from my dear friend, Brendan Burchard. I did the similar type training, but he named it those 3 S's, and it just sticks with me. My wife did a training this weekend, teaching women how to blow dry their hair at home and make it look like you got it done in the salon with big old rollers and stuff. She did it in here. It was so cool. That's why we got the cool blue lights up. I was so proud of her. She's like, oh, babe, it's last minute. I've never taught this. And I said, what's the struggle? She's like, you can't make your hair look as good at home than you do when you go to the salon. I said, how did you search? She goes, well, I used to search, and I found these big rollers, and I found this big brush. I said, and then I've done it for years. I said, oh, that was your search. What's the solution? And she gave me the solution. She's like, oh, I can teach that. Okay, thanks, babe. And she came out here and freaking killed it, right? Because she had a framework. Put a framework around it. It has boundaries. It has boundaries. It's got boundaries, and then all of a sudden you build the confidence to go, oh, I can do that, right? Everybody I tell this to, oh, I could teach that. Well, that's what people need. They don't need the whole story. They don't need the whole piece. They don't need the whole shift. They need one little piece of it that they could shift their life. And you have that in here. But let's relate that to, let's go over to another side of that. Now, how do you teach it is sometimes you can teach it through what I call in our KBB course the story, teach, tool method, right? Story, teach what you learned through that story, and then give them like an exercise to anchor it in, okay? Now that might sound like this is helping you when you build your course or your mastermind or your workshop or your live training you're going to do. Think of story, teach, tool, but somebody, and I don't know if it was Pete Vargas or Brendan or me, but I want you to think about changing the story out for a scene. You see, sometimes we get, we tell too long of our story when we really just need a scene from our lives, right? So I want to tell you, I'm going to teach something. The first thing I ever shared with the world was how to make money with cars. Yes, how to make money with used cars was my first information product before there was a site like mastermind.com or any of the great stuff in the world. None of that existed. I had to do it in an infomercial. Now, I could tell you my whole story on where that came from. I could tell you that I didn't have money, that I started hustling cars when I say hustling because I was hustling nights, working on cars when I was 14, 15 years old. Sold my first car at 15, right? Like hustling, right? Not hustling in a bad way, just meaning hustling. I could tell you the whole story that I had dyslexia and didn't go to college and didn't have money. I could tell you the story about my parents and being married 9 times between them and moving 20 times and violence and crazy stuff. I could tell you the whole story, and not that you wouldn't want to hear it, but you don't need to tell that whole story. I can just pick a little scene out of that, a little scene to give enough information for you to go, oh, I'm intrigued. Want me to prove it to you? Okay, here's a scene in my life. I didn't have a lot of money to flip cars. I had to get innovative. I had to get resourceful. And what I realized is every single person, now this is going to take 3 minutes to tell you a scene in my life. Every single person I ever talked to that went to trade their car in at a new car dealership was frustrated at the low ball price they got. You ever been there? Right here. Anybody ever go to trade a car in and they offer you way too less? Give me a yes if it's true, right? And I see this chat. Can we fire this chat up? I like seeing this thing move. Come on. Can I get a yes, right? Or you know someone to trade in a car, they give them too little, right? So I said, oh, there's a lot of people that go trade their car in and they don't get enough and they don't know what to do. I know how to sell their cars. So in that moment in life, because I didn't have money, I wanted to make more money, I didn't know what to do, I thought of that problem, I thought a solution to that problem. I started running ads in the classifieds of the newspaper. Yes, there was no internet. There was no Craigslist. There was no eBay when I did this, because this was, oh my God, 30 plus years ago. And I used to run ads in the classified. I see you now. Thanks for coming to live here. Come on, be with me here. Come on. If we were in a room, I'd make you get up and move, right? I ran ads in the classified that said, if you've tried to trading in a car, get a price that makes you sick to your stomach or something like that, get a low offer, let me get you more money for your car, call me. People would call. I'm trading in my Chevy pickup truck and they offer me nothing. I'm like, okay, what'd they offer you? $5,000? If you gave me a month, I bet you I could get you $5,500 or $6,000. Oh, that would be great. And I'd take it and I'd put it on a list. And then I would run ads and I would do better marketing and I'd make phone calls and I'd find somebody to buy that car for $6,200, $7,000. And the person selling it would get more than they got, and I would just sell it I would just have the owner sell it to the new buyer, and I'd make $500 or $1,000 in between. And I did that over and over, right? That's the scene of my life. Now, scene, next piece, if you guys could write scene, teach, tool. Scene, teach, tool. Right? The next part, I said, okay, that was the scene. The teach is, let me tell you how to do it. Here's what I did, right? Here's the exact classified ad I ran. Here's the newspapers I put it in. Here's how much I spent for it. Here's the script I said when people called me about a car. Here's how I advertised to sell that car. Here's how I did the transaction to connect. Here's how I got paid. Okay, the story, then I taught. Then the tool is just nothing more than anchoring it in. A tool is really just saying, getting them to take action. Okay, here's what I want you to do right now. Go practice writing 3 ads that you're going to post on Craigslist. Go practice writing 3 ads you're going to put on Craigslist to find sellers and another 3 ads to find buyers. Here's a tool for you. Go write the script when someone calls you or emails you. Right? That's all it is. The story shows why you have that knowledge. My son had eczema. I needed to make money with cars. I wanted my hair to look prettier. I wanted to catch more fish, have more happiness, cure my something naturally, right? Whatever that is, fix my divorce. That's the scene of my life. Here's what I learned, and here's a couple things you can go do to anchor it in. Now, thank you guys. Ari, thank you for writing Scene, Teach, Tool. I am not trying to oversimplify this and say, that's it, you're done. But I want to give you this framework that lets you see that it's in here. You already have the story. You already have break it down. You already have the scene in your life that sets that part of the teaching or even your marketing up, right? That same thing that I shared with you is pretty dynamic marketing too, right? This is how I made the money. This is how I fixed the eczema, right? Then you have to teach what you learned, and then you tell them to go do one thing that anchors it in. You guys getting this? Okay. Tell me if this is right now so I can see you guys. Say, this is right, landing. Like this is landing for you. Like you get it or confused, right? Landing or confused. I really got to know. If you guys were here, I could talk to you. If we were in a room, But right, landing or this is landed. Oh, holy crap, it's a breakthrough, or I'm confused. Okay, next piece. That was my struggle, search, solution that led to seen, teach, tool. Now, like draw a line, like in my journal, there's a line, because I'm going to teach something completely different now, is pricing. Got it, still going to watch later. Exactly. Watch this 100 times, right? Because it's just new for some of you. Of course it's going to be new. Anything new is hard. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. But this isn't something I figured out yesterday. This is what we've been doing for a long time, and I'm obsessed with trying to make it bite-sizable. That's a word. Okay, pricing-wise, let's get to that. Pricing is a little bit different than I'm going to share it in a way that might be different than you can think, that you may think. There's some just common sense when it comes to pricing. If you're doing a 2-hour live training, that's one price. If you're doing a course like KBB that's 24 hours long, that took us 6 months to produce high quality, that's different. So there's production value, but then there's also the value of the knowledge, right? If you're going to show someone how to catch bass better in a lake, and you could show them by casting and how they tie the hook in 10 minutes, that might be different than a 10-hour course showing someone how to maximize their 401k, right? Like, there's kind of common sense, and there's other courses out there in your niche that you can get. Thank you. I'm so glad everybody's saying landing. Appreciate it. So some of it's common sense, and also how much work you put it in. What's it worth to you? But sometimes I just want you to think about how you can bring value to people in advance. Now, here's what I hope. You guys are all part of the BYB, the Build Your Brand Challenge, right? Build Your Brand Bootcamp. Now, so many of you knew me before, or you've bought something from Tony before, or you've been through different challenges, or you're part of our other courses, books, you bought trainings from me. Amazing, you already knew me. Some of you are brand new, just got to know me for the first time, right? I hope when you were 3 or 4 days in, you were like, oh my God, I'm getting all this for nothing, right? Like sometimes we forget that we're bringing value in advance, and bringing you value in advance, exposing this to you, doing actual training, getting Tony there live, getting Brendan Bashar or Russell Brunson live, and Jenna Kutcher live, and Stacy live. Like, we had to arrange all of that, right? And we did that to bring you value. If you didn't get involved in this elite package, you still would have got a ton of value. But what we hope to do is bring you so much value for free that you're like, wow, if I got that from Dean and Tony and Russell and the team, imagine what I'll get if I get these extra courses and I get to go to the World Summit. Like, we wanted to over-deliver, and I hope you see that we did, right? But we brought you value in advance. We didn't charge for the challenges. A lot of people charging $20, $100 for these challenges. We said, no, let's just do it. And our hope was that we'd get amazing people like you enrolled, and we did. And now it's time to over-deliver again. But what I want you to think about is, don't always be obsessed with getting all the money up front, because the way we look at it, and this is something Tony always says, is this the beginning or is this the end? And I hope if you just met me or Tony or Russell, or it's the first time you're doing business with us, I hope this is the beginning. I hope we deliver so much value to you that you're like, wow, I got so much value from that free challenge. And then I bought Dean's book. Oh my God, I got so much value. Or I got the elite package, the bundle, the MM bundle. Oh my God, I can't believe all the courses and gifts these guys gave us. And I got a $700 ticket to the World Summit, and it was the greatest event of my life. Oh my God, what's next? Right? Because we're giving you so much value that if we underpromise and overdeliver, you go, wow, this is just the beginning of my relationship with these guys. And sometimes when we think of creating a course, we're thinking of it as the end. Like, let me build the course, they buy it, okay, I'll get the next person. So you ready to follow me over here? I want to share something. Russell shared this during the Build Your Brand Challenge, but I want to show it in a little simpler way to help you with pricing, right? So let's look at it this way. Ready? I did this really quick. This is Russell's, the way he does this. He calls it the value ladder. But I want to do it in real time, okay? Let's just say, you guys were a part of the Build Your Brand Challenge, right? That was free, right? You got here, we delivered value in advance. I hope we over-delivered. I hope you saw our hearts, our skills, our abilities, and truthfully how much we cared, right? So from there, the Build Your Brand Challenge, some people got to be a part of just Mastermind, and some people, the Elite Bundle, which are you guys. You're like, these guys gave me so much, I'm jumping in here, right? This was, you know, whatever, 97 or 297 a month, but let's just say you guys got enrolled for 997, right? Some people went to the Build Your Brand Challenge. They didn't do this, but they were like, hell yes, I'm going to the World Summit. And some people, because we gave them so much free here, bought the World Summit at $695. You got that included with your gift, right? So we gave value here for free, and you jumped up and said, man, if they gave me that for free, what am I going to get here? And now I'm hoping to over-deliver in a big way. So now, from here, maybe, and some of you have, if you're not already, some of you get enrolled in KBB, which is $2,000. And say, if I got this and got that, there's no way I'm not getting KBB, or whatever that is. And some of you who are here right now are part of our Accelerator Club, our high-level masterminds and workshops where we hold your hand and work with you, and that goes up to thousands and thousands of dollars, right? None of this forced, none of this saying you must. Today I sold you on your ticket that you already have, right? That was a hard sales push because we need to confirm, because this, I believe we're going to sell out, and our boxes need to go out in the next couple of days. So I'm just telling you to say, take your ticket and be there, right? But you see how this evolution goes? This is what you call the value ladder, and you can't be afraid of sometimes giving the first thing away for free or low price. So let's just go back to if this was $47, and then you had the ability to serve and deliver. Let me give you an example. Sometimes the world, people can just get the knowledge, they can get the knowledge and do it all on their own. And that's amazing. Right? Get the knowledge, do it on your own. But some people need their hand held. I do. I like having personal trainers. I have someone that helps me and coaches me to be a better dad. I had a love coach for a long time to make sure I was becoming a better man for my amazing wife. Like, I read the books and I get the courses, even though they're the best courses in the world or best books, I still need someone to help me, right? And that's why up here we have our mastery program, right? We're in the middle of a mastery program right now. Like literally when I'm done here, we're going back to training with our high-level group who they know they have to do the work, but we're doing the work with them. We're helping them build out their mastermind, their story teach tool, their struggle search solution. We're helping them, we're practicing their training. We're helping them lay out the pieces. Like, it's unbelievable. They leave with those pieces done. They could have got it all from here. Most of it, some of it from here. But they wanted that next level. So I want you to think about, was BYB the end or the beginning for us? I hope it was the beginning, right? But I want you to look at this in another way. I don't think I have an eraser. It's okay. Here, right? I'm going to write this, my book. I'm going to give you an example. My book, Millionaire Success Habits. My new book is The Underdog Advantage. But let's take Millionaire Success Habits. That book, we did a campaign for 3 years that was free. If the book was free, if someone just paid $7.95. Shipping and handling, okay? People came in and got that book and said, it's probably a crappy book. It's free. The guy just wants me to pay shipping. Okay, they got the book. I believe it's one of the greatest books of the last 10 years in that space, and in the habit space, and the success space. People go nuts over it. The reviews are off the charts. If you got it, let me know what you think of my book if you have that or The Underdog Advantage, right? I think both of them are amazing. When we over-delivered there, so many people were like, oh, hell yes, if I got that from that book, I'm going to the World Summit. We have probably thousands of people that are coming to the World Summit that just got my book. And they're like, heck yes, I'm going to the World Summit. We have a lot of people who bought my book that are with you right now. They're in this bundle. I got Dean's book. I went to BYB. Heck yes, I'm getting the bundle. Or they bought KBB. Or they started with my free book, and now they're in our mastery program. So I don't know if this seems so advanced, like I don't even have this, Dean. I don't even know what the heck. I don't even know my story teach tool yet. Of course. But I just want you to see, and we'll come back over here. I just want you to see that this is the evolution that you can make this real. What we hope you do is get your course up on Mastermind. right? Start fine-tuning it. Work with Dave Espino here. Let me move this out of the way. Work with Dave Espino and the trainings we're going to be giving you to gain the confidence, the capabilities. Go through the extra courses that we gave you as bonuses. Be a part of my inner circle. Get your butt to the World Summit. That World Summit alone is going to give you capabilities to launch, right? But just think of this journey as I mean, if you think of, I used some examples today, but think about my wife who bought the course on eczema naturally. She went through the entire course. Right now, I'm just being completely transparent. She would take and pay that woman weekly to coach her on my son, because my wife just left the natural path, and we feel really bad for our boy. And if we could have someone, if she would accept and charge us more money, because it's more personal touch up the ladder, to have a deeper dive course or even some one-on-one or an immersive workshop, my wife would do it in 2 seconds. So that course wasn't the beginning or the end. That was the beginning for my wife in that relationship. She over-delivered, and my wife would take the next piece, right? I think I shared this. Anthony, one of our students, he might be here. He's on mastermind.com. My daughter bought a how to do oil painting course from him. I walked in the kitchen a few weeks ago, or last week, and my daughter's at the kitchen table, my sister-in-law with a laptop with Anthony, and she's got her brush out, and she's doing oil painting for the first time. It was amazing. She loved it. She had an incredible experience. She's getting caught up on school, and she's like, Dad, do you think I can do that monthly? I'm like, yeah, reach out to Anthony. She wants the next level, right? So I don't want you to obsess so much about doing 20 different courses or what things to do. Start understanding what your struggle, your search, and your solution was. What's the story teach tool that you can share? Start laying that out. If you already have, how do you fine tune that? How do you extract your marketing out of that to tell people and friends? And then how do you get this up on mastermind.com and start driving people there? And do you do something that's free in a Facebook group and then drives them to mastermind.com to buy your first $47 course, $700 course, $1,000 course? But don't think of it as the end, like you need to get all the money, and over deliver. Don't hold things back. Like, I hope you guys saw in all that we do, all that Tony does, we're not like, oh, don't give him that secret. No, give all of it. If you read Millionaire Success Habits, if you get KBB, like, we give it all away. This woman gave it all away on how to cure eczema, but my wife still would like some hand-holding. So give it all away. Over-deliver. Give value in advance. Don't be afraid to give your best stuff, because some people need the help to go to another level, and you have the ability to help them share, make an impact, and they make an impact on your life and your success. Is that making sense? I love the Underdog Advantage. Thank you. You got both my books. Glad you guys loved it. So with that said, does it make you feel a little different about the evolution? I might be on step 7 and you're on step 1. You're like, Dean, I get this, but I'm not there yet. That's okay. But look who you got guiding you. Someone who's been doing this between Tony and I 70 years, or Tony and I and Russell 70 years, between Tony and I 60 years, right? And you got Dave Espino, who's done more courses than like any course person on the planet, who's going to be here with you each week. You got an extra course coming from him. You got all this great stuff. Don't get overwhelmed. One bite at a time. Take what serves you, throw the rest away, or put the rest on hold. And remember, go at your own pace. This is about, if you're our KBB family members, it's about a culture of progress. Just do more today than you did yesterday. Be a better version of you this week than you were last week. Don't compare to someone who's already done 60 sales on Mastermind, or like compare yourself to who you were and where you were last month. If you were more confused last month, you're less confused, you're starting to lay things out, you're moving forward. And that's all we want to do, is we're going to be here to nudge you. That's why I urge you, stay in the Facebook group. Seriously, stay in there. Stay connected. If not, it's really easy to put one foot out the door, be like, I'm not sure, and then you jump out, and then you look back in 4 years ago, I missed another great opportunity. This is a wave right now. This knowledge industry is a wave. It's coming, and you either can ride that wave in with us, with this community, or you could be like surfers when they paddle too late and the wave goes in without them. And that's a terrible feeling. No one wants to be left behind. So thank you guys so much for this training today. Dave Espino will be back with his incredible minds, you know, the how to do it, but also he goes way better on the technical side on to make sure you're using the software. The platform is getting updated every single day. Just so you know, it's, again, almost 2,000 sales already, but it's getting better, faster, quicker, different. We're hearing your feedback. That everything you see now that you love, we're a month away from being like on a whole nother level. So thank you guys so much for being here. Remember, we need you to do this seriously right now. As soon as you watch this, click below, and it's tracking you, and we know you're here so we can send out your box. Remember, if you're on YouTube, go to email events@mastermind.com and say, yes, I'm coming. And if they have any questions, they'll ask. If not, we can put this box out. And then the second, third, and fourth, really, don't just dabble with that time. Don't show up, show up ready to learn. Like, tell your family, get a babysitter, take off work. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So, and if it's in the middle of the night for you, stay up. Like, it's worth it. It is going to be an incredible group of people that were like you, are like you, who've done some really incredible things. And we're not just going there to rah-rah and pump you up. This is a capabilities event. This is at the end of the event. You have the capabilities to go make this real on a whole nother level. And we're so excited you're here. And legit, we gave you a $700 ticket. I got in the moment. I was going to give you the $300 ticket, $345. We gave you a $700 ticket. We're mailing you this. Like, we're investing in you. So I'm asking you right now, invest in us. Like, say thank you by showing up and playing full out. And let the world, let that whole group know who the MM Bundle, the elite buyers are. Let them hear you in the chat. So if you're all in, give me a hell yes. And we can't wait to see you on October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Dave Espino will be with you next week. Don't forget to show up for the Power to Pivot training tomorrow. And we'll see you on October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Bye, guys.